Greetings. Feel the black light. Rise and shine. We're going to get right to it because we don't have no time to waste. I was once in the music game, trying to get into the industry. And I touched in it, I had signed up or was being looked at by some major players here in Detroit. One was Don Davis, United Sound Systems. Y'all brothers probably don't know about him too much, but he's a black Mongo. He's deceased. Rest in peace. Another one was Al Perkins. So I know a little bit about the game. Plus I was with a brother named Woody Wilson. We'd later get off into who these brothers were. I was also under the tutelage of a brother by the name of Barrett Strong. I also, was off into the radio and television industry, working with a brother named David Rambo and a brother by the name of R.J. Watkins. So I touched up in the interview. I didn't get deep because I don't know, man. I just when I see that that thing. Oh yeah, I was with the Four Tops at their studio. They was looking at what I was doing, but by the way I came up, I knew not to hang around. A whole lot of I was a whole lot of brothers wanted to drain my mind. That's in the music business. But I always kept, away. And then I found out that, see, at the time I didn't know y'all called it the Illuminati, the gay boule and the Illuminati, the black Illuminati and all like that. When I was doing it, they weren't calling it. They didn't have no name for it. But the name that y'all young ones got for it fits pretty good. And most of what they saying is true. The brothers that's not that's got a name for them, but not caught up in it. These brothers are just, they're making a comfortable living, at it. But the industry still dictates to these brothers. So I know how the game goes. So I quit trying to do anything in the music business. So I went and bought me some recording equipment. And then I just started stockpiling music, laying down my own tracks. I didn't get with none of my former homies that was in music. I was woodshedding, what they call woodshedding, hibernating. I wasn't mingling. I cut loose the old crowd. I was rolling solo. Nearly rolling solo. And I liked it like that. I stayed home, just kind of stay close to the family and start making sure that my grandchildren and stuff were looking out for, and that they didn't get hung up in them streets. Usually you just see the grandma doing it, but my grandchildren is blessed and probably don't know it. They had their grandpa and their grandmama together. We've been together for going on 50 years, I guess, And we still together. And we just over here, I got great grandchildren now, you know. And we kind of scattered, different states, different cities, whatever. But the ones in Detroit, some of us is cool with each other, some of us ain't. That's how I roll. That's how I go sometimes. But none of my family understand where I'm coming from. But I still I don't diss them. I still kind of like, every now and then embrace them, fall down to the level that they on, and then I still try to school them. But I would never go back. I would never go back. I'm on my way to be a conscious God. And to really control my mind, body, and soul. So I could tell you right quick what's happening today with these brothers here. A brother reported to LA Times today. I see the brother reported to LA Times want the LAPD or the grand jury to open the files up. But everyone stay away from the point that the LAPD is the mastermind behind the death of Nipsey. And the way you can tell that they are the mastermind, because the cover up, I got a song I wrote called The Hidden Hand Pulls the Cover Up. That's how you can tell who's guilty, by the cover up. Go back and watch Columbo. When they pull it do a crime, they make sure they got their ass covered. But they always make one flaw in covering their ass. With the LAPD, the flaw they made was the evidence was tampered, was contaminated. Now, these brothers here, they gatekeepers, agents, and everything else. Now, even the final call should be wondering why there's such an extreme cover-up behind the TMZ video, why it's so doctored up or tampered with, and why the LAPD want to start a gang war. But they're not investigating. Sonetta ain't investigating, but the LA Times investigating. I still don't trust it. because the LA Times is controlled by the media. But they doing that just in case someone gets the idea that the grand jury should be investigated, along with the prosecution. So these brothers here, in my up and coming videos, I got a lot to talk about. These brothers here are there to keep us with a whole lot of controversy, infighting, so we get our mind off to who the real enemy is. That's all. The real enemy has always been the same. The game ain't changed. Brothers say, oh, times is different than it was in the 60s, times are different than it was in the 80s. No. It's just more sophisticated, but it's the same basic game. You just add a little more tricks onto it, a little more deception, you know, a little more damage control. But on this, the LAPD messed up so bad, man. Brothers had too many questions. But most of these brothers on YouTube, it's FBI, CIA, gatekeepers. They might not even know each other. You know how police be watching drug dealers and they put a man on the inside that play the part so good they think he's one of the drug dealers. And the FBI don't tell the local police that he an FBI agent. And they end up shooting the agent. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, Nipsey, but I'm not even hinting to that. I'm just saying that these brothers here probably work for the same people, but they don't even know each other work for them. That's why they could have all these beefs with one another real good. Oh, this is not playing, but these brothers here, you can bet your bottom dollar they're agents, or boule, or gatekeepers. This is black, or provocateurs or something. They in with the system because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Sinetta, he's got that Black News 101. He's supposed to be really investigating what went down in L.A. But he told him to keep his mouth shut and his nose out of it and don't say nothing about it. So they had these fake controversial subject matters like Minister Farrakhan getting talked about, whatever. Keep your mind off of what really is happening, really happening. This is Black Light, to be continued.